Don't move.
I'm not. Hello!
Once again, Black
We're
and
back.
Tranny Rant.
And today's rant is going to be about marriage!
Yeah.
Which is going to lead into breeding, but,
Ugh.
there's always got to be some form of sex thrown in there. Okay, so...
Like, really?
So, marriage.
You start.
Oh, great. I'm going to start with marriage. Marriage and marriage equality. I'm good for it. I think marriage equality is a good thing. And, but marriage.
I should have started.
Let her start. You start.
Well, I'm not really a marriage person.
Even though she watches a lot of wedding shows.
Hey, I love Say Yes to the Dress. And I love Whose Wedding Is It Anyway? And I love that show with David Tutera, the Wedding Planner to the Stars.
Oh, see? All wedding.
But I also, when I was younger, collected wedding magazines.
Wow.
I still kind of do. I just like to look at the dresses and all the flowers and the colors. Like, I've never really wanted a wedding. I don't really foresee myself getting married, but I mean, marriage, I always thought was like, shouldn't have been regulated by the government. They shouldn't have any say on who gets married and who doesn't. They shouldn't say that just because you're straight and you found your soulmate, you get a tax break. Us single people who date and go out and have fun and or live with other people shouldn't be taxed more just because we haven't found that soulmate and got married in a court, so we can get a tax break. That's ridiculous to me.
It's a good point. I mean, why should love be, why should love lead into anything that has to do with our government? It's really true. I mean, we've kind of turned everything into a money issue, and it's not really cool. Why does everything have to do with money? I mean, marriage should be one of those things that doesn't. It just shouldn't. You should have the right to marry or love whoever you want to. But the point is how marriage have made some people very famous. Even though I really enjoyed her wedding, I thought it was a beautiful princess wedding, Kim Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian. I hate her.
I thought their wedding was beautiful.
Britney Beard. Ugh.
Britney Spears.
Her and her dumbass wedding.
Recently got
She
married.
got married for like 72 hours. And if that's
that
not fucking up the institution of marriage, I don't know what is.
That was a Vegas thing. Well,
well, either way.
Matter. It's true.
You get married and then you get divorced like a year later, like Katy Perry. Like, you knew Russell was the way he was when you married him. And he knew you the way you were when he married you.
That totally had to end on differences, though, because he didn't take any of her money, and I thought that was really sweet.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Because technically she was worth so much more than him, because she's awesomeness.
Whatever. We're talking about marriage.
Oh, God. I guess you guys can see that we're a little tired today. We partied yesterday.
I didn't party. I didn't do a damn thing. I didn't get invited to no party. Nothing. So let's move on to marriage.
Okay. Wow. Bitter much? Moving back to marriage.
No, like, I don't think that anybody should be able to regulate who you marry, or who you love or anything like that. And I think that divorce is the one thing that messes up the institution of marriage more so than gay marriage. Because I think that people have the right to be miserable with whomever they want to be miserable with for the rest of their lives. Whether it's the same man, two men's, two women's, or a man and a woman.
That's an interesting way to look at marriage.
Or a cowboy and a goat.
I really don't think that gay marriage should go in the same category with someone marrying a goat. I think that's a little
see, that's what people say. If we let two men get married, next thing, what's next? They're gonna marry a horse.
Well,
they're gonna marry animals. That's not even the same fucking species.
Yeah, it's not really the same thing, and
it's like trying to breed a cat and a dog.
It won't work.
That's so stupid. Like, people are stupid.
That's a good point. I mean, how could marrying a goat be the same thing as marrying another human being? It doesn't even match.
Not even saying genetics.
And I have to take a minute and just talk about the gay people who say, oh, we shouldn't be able to get married. That's craziness. You should be able to get married. I mean, you're stuck in the fact that you grew up in this whole religious upbringing, so you've been taught that marriage should be between a man and a woman, but marriage should be between two people who love each other regardless of their gender.
Yeah.
So stop being Uncle Tom.
And Uncle Tom, really.
And speaking of Uncle Toms, we are going to talk about something that we saw on TMZ that actually goes with marriage. Breeding!
So, breeding. Okay. So, basically what they were saying that Michael Johnson was a track star from the Atlanta Games, track runner, saying that because of slavery and the way we were bred, that we're more inclined as black people to be more athletic, which is true.
Sorry guys, but that's true. It is a historic fact that there were stud farms where they took the biggest and the strongest men and they breeded them out so that they could make more big, strong people. And in hindsight, when you look at that, think about this. You're the master and you own all these people. You're going to take the biggest, strongest ones and make more of them. Not the best idea.
Yeah. And, on that, we're not the only culture. Like, Europeans, some Europeans are big boned and they do like those strongman competitions because that's their body shape. And some Japanese men do sumo wrestling because that's what they're, bred to do. Also little Mexicans.
That didn't come out right.
I know. That sounded bad.
Oh, that sounded bad. That didn't come out right.
But see, back in slavery, as black people, we weren't allowed to marry. This is where we get jumping a broom. So maybe, it's that we weren't seen as humans. Just like right now, gay people are not necessarily not seen as humans, but it's like stepping back in time. Like we had this to deal with back because of our color. They have this to deal with because of who they love or who they are. And hopefully, the Republicans and the non-liberals, will understand that a human is a human.
Period.
And people love people, whether it's a male or female. Loving the same gender. It doesn't matter. It's love. And it's pure
a
love.
whole group of people just getting it on. And on that note, folks, we are
celebrate equality.
Celebrate equality, yes.
And if you don't think you can be with this person for the rest of your life, don't fucking get married. Like Kim Kardashian.
Unless he's rich and you need his money.
Like Anna Nicole. See, that's a whole nother thing we'll get on.
We're over time.
Gold diggers. Gold digging bitches.
Flag and tranny, we're out.
Bye.
Love you guys.